I'm not truly fan of AI. For the analyzing those things, it is really great. Sometimes I can do it much more faster. I don't see the benefit, spend a lot of time to create the right prompts, or just create it by myself, because mostly it is much more faster than just use the AI.
Who are you and what do you do?
Hello, my name is Martin. I working as a UX designer, mostly as a UI designer. How I get to the design, UI design, right now I'm working in the Tricentis, but previous company was my first experience to meet UX design itself. But they found that I'm more stronger as a visual design, that they decided to go these directions. And here, where I'm right now, it is company Tricentis. I work as a UI designer, mostly on design system itself.
Okay, that's interesting. And I know that, we've worked together in the past.
That's true.
Yeah, so one of the questions I've been thinking of asking you in a very long time is, what are the AI tools you use at work, or if you use any at all?
Originally, mostly from the UI perspective, there are a lot of tools right now available. For example, in the Figma, there is the tool called Make, but there is the little bit questionable if I can use it in the company, if there is the security needs that we still investigated.
So you mean Figma Make?
Yeah, exactly. Now we investigated Cursor or Lovable, but it is in the experiment phase. I don't have chance to try it, to be honest. But yeah, I tried on my personal project. From my perspective, yeah, it is a great tool. It saves a lot of time, but mostly what I'm using AI is ChatGPT for be sure about ensure myself if I think it is right or wrong, to get some summarization, because here mostly there is a lot of article or a lot of point of view needs and so on. It's helped me a lot to find the best practices, what is good to use, and so on. Mostly it is summarizing of the informations. Right now I'm investigating about how to simplify my work for example, for the foundations in the design system, like tokenizations, or the fonts or typography, coloring, and so on, the basic stuff, because we're using the third part of design system.
All right, so you mentioned Figma Make, you mentioned Lovable, you also mentioned ChatGPT, which is like you use it for summarizing.
Exactly.
And also fact-checking, the information, even though ChatGPT can hallucinate sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. That's I don't believe yet that I'm trying to get where he get those information, that I hope that mostly I get some web page. Funny things that most of them that doesn't exist. That's I need to find a different way, but yeah, it is just the confirmations, or I get more pages where I can look at for what I really need.
Okay. And so, do you have a favorite one among those two?
This is a hard question for me, because I'm not truly fan of AI, but for the analyzing those things, it is really great to use it, because it saves a lot of time. This is the big benefit for me. From the visual perspective, generating some photos or images, here is the questionable if it is helpful, because sometimes I can do it much more faster. Maybe I have issue to use right prompts.
Okay.
That's describe what I really need. That's I don't see the benefit spend a lot of time to create the right prompts
Yeah.
or just create it by myself, because mostly it is much more faster than just use the AI.
AI to do. Okay. So because in your conversation, I already picked up a few things. One of the things that all these AI tools, particularly in ChatGPT, is that it saves your time. So I think it's going to be a win for the audience that are listening, that
Exactly.
AI tools can help them save time. And your favorite is ChatGPT, at least for now.
For now, because it was first that I can try, and that's I'm trying this one. I would like to test it lovable,
Right.
but it is in the farther future. I would like to try, but what I'm curious it is that right now a lot of the frameworks. Apps like Figma or Framer or anything else, trying to put the AI tool for generating things, but still you need to know how to use it.
Right.
And it is quite, sometimes you get what you want, in
sometimes you don't.
You spend more time to write the right prompt, but for the ideation, to create the first sketch or first layout composition, that is a great start to start the discussions of it. But I think it is mostly about the process, how the developers and visual guys are working, because you, in my case, are mostly everything's already set.
Right.
That's in some case it speeded up the work, that the visualization is some kind of the ready for the implementations from the developer side, but with a lot of mistake that I'm not sure if it is benefit. Here is the question for you. If I provide something that it is clickable mockups and so on, it is readable from the code perspective, or that you can strictly use it in your products?
Well, it depends. It depends on what the goal is, and also the tooling that the devs use every day. But again, it depends on what the goal is. That's mostly what I would say.
That's true.
Otherwise, you can just pick up all these AI tools and say, okay, I just want to use them to my work. But for me, I like to think of it on, I'm solving a problem, and the other person who's using this AI tool is trying to solve their problem. As long as if you're solving the problem and it's helping me solve my problem, even though I would still use AI to help me solve. So,
hey, this is my goal.
Okay.
To solve something to create the right explanations what I would like to do, but in my case mostly I don't know.
Okay,
it is really hard to explain what is in my mind, because it is not already set,
right?
And it is really hard to use the right prompts, and it is good for the ideation, that you get some first draw or raw data how to use it,
right?
But in the end, I don't know if it is saving my time in some point. Okay. Still, I'm a fan of paper.
Okay. Yes, I suppose it's about the key thing that I took away from if you use AI for your work, which you said yes you do, and the most important advantage for you right now is it saves your time, and you're still experimenting other tools and stuff. So my next question is, what advice would you give your younger self, and what would you give to the audience?
Try everything what is possible. Yeah, don't log on one product for creating UI or any graphic design, because if you log in with one product or applications like Figma only, that it is right where I am. But you can cover everything, but you get some limitations what you can do.
Right.
If it is good still experimenting with the new tools and try it. Be curious always. Try new things. Never give up and finish your task, because you never finish it in the future.
Okay.
It's really important that you know that you try something and finish it in some way. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you know that you did maximum to finalize it in some way.
So to summarize, so you basically said, get it. So done is better than perfect. So that's the first one. Try as many tools as you can. Don't get yourself locked into one thing. Because I think that's interesting, because the more tools you give access to, that you have access to, the more problems you can solve. So from my own standpoint, I think it makes sense. And of course, done is better than perfect, but I think perfection is a myth itself.
Exactly.
Which is nice, which leads me into the next question, which is, would you recommend your role in the age of AI to anybody or to the audience?
That is good questions. Yes. In some point, the future is strange for now, because everywhere you can hear that UI will be covered by AI. That's those people won't be needed anymore. It is true in some point, but I think AI can design it for the humans, because only humans can design for the humans.
Yeah. Okay. So the human element
is needed.
Yeah. I totally agree with that. And is there anything you would like to say to the audience?
Never give up. Try and try.
All right. So never give up. Try. So I suppose the takeaway here is try. And the old saying that if you never try, you never know. So
it's work for you.
I think the key word from Martin today is that you guys keep trying and try. So that could be actually a good name for a new album, whoever decides to sing the song. But anyways, Martin, thank you for taking your time to come to the channel today. We've come to the end of today's debate, and one thing I took from the interesting conversation with Martin was to try. And speaking of trying, we would like to know what you are going to try or what you tried, and feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And if you have follow-up questions for him, also drop them there. We will get back to you. If you find the content useful, please feel free to share with your colleagues, and don't forget to smash a like on the video and hit the subscribe button. And see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.